I thought I'd give you a little different view this time around. I figure if you were actually riding with me, you might be staring out the window wishing I'd stop talking. So, give you a different look. And it kind of fits in for what I've kind of been thinking here lately is, I'm needing something different. And I don't know what it is, really. I guess everybody needs to step out of their routine every now and then. Now, I have to have a routine just to make myself do everything I need to do. But just, you got to change it up every now and then. And I think that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I know part of this is because I always had this thing. It was actually, I didn't realize the Dalai Lama actually said this. Something I did for years without knowing it was a Dalai Lama thing, but the Dalai Lama once said, at least once a year, go somewhere you've never been. And I used to do that, you know. Even if it was just some little fiddly town that I'd heard of but never been to, I'd go somewhere I've never been. And I've done that actually several times this year. I went with What the Paranormal. That's too many W's in a row. I went with Amy and Laney and Cody just recently down there to, you know, to Walberg, Texas, to the part of the shooting location of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And we went to a bridge down there. It was a long drive. It was definitely places I'd never been before. I'd been kind of in that area. And of course, Ding Dong, Texas. Ding Dong. Ding Dong, Texas was a place when I was coming back from College Station one time, I didn't know about the place. I later found out I was within like 20 minutes of it, and I was like, I can't believe I was within 20 minutes of a place called Ding Dong, Texas, and didn't go. We actually got to go through Ding Dong, Texas. So. But the point being, I've actually been places I've never been before, but it's never a place of my choosing. It's never specifically that place I'm going because I've never been there before. And I think maybe I need to do that. And so I think once it's not quite so hot, probably have to wait a couple of months. I'm going to try and save up some money. That's getting tougher and tougher to do, but I do have something in mind if I can pull it off. And yeah, I will be making a video, but it's just I'm just curious, what does everybody, because I know everybody's got to get that feeling every now and then where you just got to do something different, go somewhere different. If it's, be around different people, something. Just in the same way that we get nostalgic sometimes, you want to go back to places you've been before. At least I think everybody's this way. Maybe I'm wrong. Are there places are there times that you just want to be somewhere that you've never been before? And if you feel like doing something different, what is it that you do? Because I can't always take a trip. I can't always. I do have my follow the wind thing where if I just feel like getting out, I check the wind direction and I just follow the wind. I just drive that way until I run into something halfway interesting. Years ago, when I had a little bit more money, that's how I ended up in El Reno, Oklahoma, and I actually drove on Route 66. That's something I'd always wanted to do. There was another little minor bucket list thing. I actually drove on Route 66, and the fact that it was one of the most boring stretches of Route 66 is kind of beside the point. I actually got to drive on Route 66. But like I say, in smaller ways, like I used to go to the movies a lot. That used to be like my main thing to do. And I don't go nearly as often anymore because it's a lot more expensive, and as the prices are going up, the quality of most movies is going down. So it's And then I've always been one of those people that I always like to be in my seat when the lights go down, and that's getting tougher to do too, because used to the lights would go down, you'd watch a handful of previews, and the movie would start. Now you got to sit through 50 different previews and 75 different commercials. You might sit there for an hour and a half before the movie even starts. Sometimes the previews and the commercials run longer than the movie. So that gets tougher to do. But that is still something that I keep in my back pocket, is I need to get out and do something. Well, let me check what's showing. Is there anything even halfway interesting showing? And then sometimes I'll just show up at the movie theater, and whatever's showing next, that's what I'll go see. And I've ended up seeing a couple of pretty decent movies that way. There's a movie called Salt with Angelina Jolie a few years ago, and that was actually a pretty good movie, but it just kind of disappeared. It was in theaters for a while, and I really haven't seen or heard anything about it since. But it was actually a pretty decent movie. But before I get too far off the rails here, I guess that's pretty much it. I was just curious to know if what people do to get out of their routine every now and then. Just something pleasurable, something different. Oh, and I was sitting there trying to think. I knew there was something else I was wanting to bring up. I got a sticker. Ruthie D sent me. Got one of Ruthie D's stickers. I'd like to start a sticker wall. But so far, Ruthie D is the only one that has said they were going to send me a sticker, that has actually sent me a sticker. But I'll eventually, I kind of have plans in my head anyway of kind of committing a corner of the house to YouTube and to YouTube videos, and maybe start doing some stuff there at the house. But I have to get beyond thinking about it. Yeah, but if I ever get around, I'll start getting the sticker wall or a sticker board put together and put it there. But thank you to Ruthie D for sending that sticker. And I think this week gonna have a couple of days. I am gonna have a video I've actually had in my pocket for a while. A little short video of the Nature Museum that we went to up in Oklahoma, and then also kind of an EVP and evidence highlight video. I always like to come out with something kind of for the people that don't want to sit and. Okay, well, no, I'm not gonna. That's a whole different topic. Maybe I'll talk about that another day. But I'm gonna try and do like the EVP and evidence thing for some of the stuff we did down there in Central Texas. Hopefully I'll have that ready by Friday. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for coming along with the ride. Enjoy the outtake of the week. And I'll see you next time. Okay, Season 8, Episode 5. Is that right? 5? Yeah. Episode 5, titled... What's the title of this one? That Scary You? Was that it?